rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K, and I'm joined with a familiar face, Melody Craigmyle of now new brand, slightly exhibitors Almo, Vice President of exhibitors Almo, Vice President of Marketing of exhibitors Almo. Hey Melody, how are you?
Great, thanks for having me on the show, Gary.
Well, I know one thing you're excited about is right there in the corner of your screen, and not only will this be the first E4 with the combined brand, but there's going to be some new exhibitors there. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, this show is on May 3rd, Tuesday, May 3rd in Chicago, Drury Lane, where we've had it the last 4 or 5 years. All you have to do is go to e4experience.com and register. Melody, first start with who's some of the new brands that we're going to see that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, well, this is exciting because, again, it is the first official new E4 with the new combined brands, and we've got some manufacturers coming over from the exhibitors side. One is called Max Hub, and they're and direct view LED company. We also have a company called ScreenBeam, which is an app-free wireless presentation system. Lumens, which is a video conferencing and web camera company. They're a part of the Barco ClickShare Alliance, which obviously Barco is a product we all know and love. And then Joan is a hybrid workplace management system that will be showing at the event. So lots of new products, new exhibitors, and this is going to be a big exhibit hall this time.
You got some great new brands there. And one kind of surprise, can we tease the surprise from LG? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, well, Gary, I got one word for you.
Okay.
Robots.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. You're going to actually have the LG robot walking around the show floor. And again, this opens the market to new areas for integrators to get involved in and expanding their products and services. And I think this is the first place it's being shown physically since CES, isn't it?
I think so. It's the robot is called Chloe. There's actually going to be 2 of them there. Okay. One is focused on serving a food and beverage service, and the other one is focused on sort of a tour guide, concierge type of application. So obviously LG, big company for innovation, new technology, forward thinking, and we're just really excited to have these. I guess they're Chloe's, I guess is what they call them. They'll be on the show floor, and it's just exciting to see the new technology that are coming out of companies like LG.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of AI technology in these robots. It's going to be really cool to see. They'll interact with you, and you're definitely going to want to come to this show. Now, this will definitely, I'm guessing it's got to be the biggest show floor you've ever had in Chicago with these new brands.
Yeah, it definitely is. We've expanded the show floor. We've got 40 exhibitors, and a lot of them are doing some InfoComm sneak peeks. So it's a great way to get up close and personal with the exhibitors. We have a lot of sales engineers that attend, so it's a great way to stop in and talk about upcoming projects that you might have, and also it's a great opportunity to bring end users.
Yes, let's talk about that for just a second, because that's something we saw in Anaheim. Was earlier this year, we had about a month ago, we had the Anaheim E4. And not only were integrators bringing their end users, but actually they were closing sales on the show floor.
Absolutely. It's such a powerful tool for, I call them the savvy dealers, who take the opportunity to utilize the E4 show floor as their showroom for the day, and bring those end users and say, hey, through our partnership with exhibitors Almo, here are all the different solutions that we're able to offer. And a lot of dealers, may not have showrooms anymore, or they're closed, or haven't reopened, or haven't been refreshed in a couple of years. But this is a way to bring those end users who want to see the technology, probably as part of a larger rollout, and also, talk to those engineers at the different companies or project managers, and people are closing business on the show floor after they get that in-person experience and seeing what the technology is all about. And that's what it is, right? It's the E4 experience, and hearing from thought leaders like yourself and understanding what's coming down the pike. Those are all things that the end users can get that full experience of what AV can bring to their organization.
Yeah, and you mentioned my keynote. It's all about what integrators can do, what they can control to bring people back to the office. And not only doesn't it talk about the technology that we provide, but also some of the solutions that we should add to our product lines, and also some of the services, most of which Almo also offers and will be on display at the E4. As I said, the Chicago event in 2 weeks is the 3rd of May. You're going to want to go to e4experience.com to register. And then for those of you who are watching this that are not in the Chicago area, well, even if you're around the Chicago area, you should come. But if you're in the in the DC area, we're going to be there in September, the Boston area in October. So this is a great opportunity. And honestly, I suspect that with regard to Chicago, this will be the first event many of those people who come to will be attending physically, because there haven't been any events really. There haven't even been any really open houses, and there's not really been any trade shows in Chicago yet. So this is a great way for you to do that. But I want to talk about the education, because one thing that you've done really well, Melody, over the last half a dozen years is make sure that all your education is CTS approved, which is critical because you get those continuing education credits from AVIXA. This year's no different, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it started maybe a couple of years ago, but we took it an extra step, and now everything is CTS-I and D certified, as well as those certifications have grown in the industry. But we take great pride in partnering with AVIXA on the CTS certified curriculum. As always, it lends a sense of credibility to our curriculum. No product commercials. You're going to walk out of there with something that you can take back to your business that day. And, that's why we've consistently won awards for our events, is the quality of education. And, it's the one day of once every other year, because we won't be back to Chicago in 2 years. Take the time for yourself. Take the time for you with your end users. Use it as a tool to grow your business, and come join us. It's thanks to our sponsors, over 40 manufacturers. There's no charge. Great food, great interaction, and it's just going to be a fabulous event.
Yeah, and obviously, you've got some incredible companies there. Some of the big brands that'll be there include Sony, LG, Legrand, Epson, Barco, Sharp NEC, Avocor, Samsung, among others. But there's going to be about 60 companies there. ViewSonic is another. There's going to be about 60 companies there. What was the most impressive to me at Anaheim? It was the most all-in-one LEDs I'd seen in one place. All the big brands, including MaxHub, that have all-in-one LEDs, will be at Chicago. And that's a huge up and coming segment of the market. So you get a chance to kind of compare them side by side and see the difference in features, form factors. Some have speakers, some have built in, some of them are on wheels where you can wheel around. There's some really cool things. So it's worth coming. It's the e4experience.com. It's on May 3rd, Tuesday, May 3rd. Go ahead and register now. Melody, I'm excited to see you there. I'm most excited that you're putting the keynote on the stage, because this is actually a performance hall, right? And it's on the stage. Some production's going on, so I'm going to actually be standing in the set or something like that, is what I heard.
Yeah, well, the theater is dark that day, so we do get to use that. But Gary, in case you want to help with the revival, the King and I, that's what's going on.
I'll be the eye. I won't be the king. I'll be the eye, and Sam can be the king. And
Okay.
it'll be fun to do that.
Sounds like fun.
Well, thanks for joining me, Melody. I appreciate it. And it's been an honor to be part of this now 12 years, and I've really enjoyed it. And we're excited to be covering the entire thing. So go to e4experience.com. This has been an interview with Melody Craigmyle, the Vice President of Marketing for now Exertis Almo. And of course, you can still find them at almoproav.com. By the time the show opens, it'll be exertisalmo.com. But for now, it's almoproav.com. And of course, go to the e4experience.com to register. Melody, thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Rave Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves.